I've been creating vision boards for years, and every single one has manifested into reality. And there's a very specific process I follow to ensure that this happens. It's not what you think. There's actually 6 distinct steps to follow to ensure your vision board manifests into reality. What is a vision board? Well, a vision board is a visual representation of your goals and your vision. And it works really well because your brain has something to focus on. So once you put these things down onto physical paper is what I recommend, because you can see it every day, you can take a photo of it, but what it does is it filters out all the noise. It helps you to focus on that thing in front of you that you've identified, these goals that you've really, really honed in on, and ensure that they resonate with you on a very deep level. There's a 6-step process I'm going to walk you through to ensure you will have your vision board manifest into reality. So we review the past, we get into alignment with all parts of ourselves, we connect to our higher self, we connect with our values, we make sure we're in alignment with that, and then we set goals. The final step in the process is the actual creation of the vision board, and we do it physically, because when you use your hands to physically create, you're imbuing your goals and your wishes even further, even deeper. There's scientific evidence of this too. So let's get started. Here are some examples of how my vision boards have manifested. There's 2016's. It's too big. Okay. It's a lot about money. Toss around a lot of green. Word of mouth, this person like working on a computer on a lake and a white car. This is the year I grew my business sales by 850%. 850% growth after creating this. Ding, ding, ding. There's my little desk too. So I was working a lot this year. And I was in a lot of joy actually doing it. It was super fun. I was also in the habit of drawing my visions. So in 2017, I drew this. I was actually having a vision boarding party for my birthday. It got rained out, no one could come. But I drew these images because I was like, this is what I want to wear this year. That was my intention. And then in April, I booked a trip with my best friend. We went to Thailand. And then right after that, so I was living in cold and rainy Bay Area, went to Thailand that year. That year also, I discovered I was moving to Los Angeles, where I could wear all these amazing, colorful, fashionable, warm things. As we know, the Bay Area is not very fashionable. It's true. And in LA, I could be wild and fun and wear tank tops year round. So that's how this one manifested. 2017. Okay, so in addition to that drawing vision board, I did this one. This one's super special. So let's see. Special. Okay, dog, hound, another dog, Weimaraner, another hound, another woman bathing a dog, and then another dog. Lots of dogs. And this is super important, as well as this quote about, I love the feeling we're just having our turn in this house. We're just a part of its life. So this is, again, the year I moved to Los Angeles. We had a back patio that had this exact thing. And then we were meant to get a dog that year. Didn't happen. Fast forward to 2020 and the perfect hound, he looks similar to this, came into my life. So sometimes they take a little bit of time to manifest. Don't get discouraged. This is also very significant. So, our kitchen looked like that too. Archangel Michael is here. I didn't know who he was. I was just attracted to this image. I couldn't tell you why. I just was like, yes, he's a part of my life. And lo and behold, I did a ton of spiritual work, that year is when I really connected to my soul in a way where I was opening up to different guardians and angels and spirit guides. And he is who I called on because I was traveling a lot. I would drive back and forth from the Bay Area to LA once a month. And he's a guardian of travel. I don't know if you know that. He guards a lot of things, but travel's a big one. So once I learned that about him, after putting him on my vision board, I really connected to his energy. So that was super cool. Yeah. Anyways, love this one. This one's very special. Okay, here's the last one I'll share. 2020. Yep, 2020, guys. I did it in January before the shit hit the fan. Okay. This says, for a different world. Clearly, the world was different in 2020. And this is a lot about, there's a lot of circle energy, and I ended up hosting a lot of groups this year, actually meditation groups and coaching groups, which was amazing. I worked a lot this year. A lot of people were on downtime, but I was like put into action because of my talents and skills. My intuition heightened completely. This is the High Priestess card in tarot that I drew. She's about the moon, water, psychic intuition, natural instinct, dreams. All of that stuff was super active. And I wrote my new story here, which is something really powerful you can do on vision boards. What you want to create, which I love. Unicorn, that's me in the center. Capricorn. Yeah. That's it. My vision boards are potent. Oh yeah, I connected to the spirit of COVID. That's what I was doing in 2020 when everyone was doing other things. Let's review the past goals. Look back at 2023, bust out your journal. I want you to talk about what were your goals from last year. I want you to write 3 lessons learned. What were your 3 biggest lessons of the year? Maybe it was discernment, being very picky with the people in your life, the projects you choose, how you spend your time. And then of those lessons, and maybe more, what would you like to carry forward into 2024? Spend about 10 to 15 minutes journaling on that and get really clear here. What are you bringing forward and what are you not bringing forward? The next step is alignment. This is where the rubber meets the road. So we want to connect all parts of ourselves. This is what a lot of vision boarding exercises leave out, and it's the most important part. So I'm a holistic coach and practitioner, so that means I like to encompass the mind, the body, the heart, and the soul. And when all of those elements are in alignment, then that's when your visions, your dreams become reality. So bust out your journal one more time, and we're going to start super high level, like zoom way out. You're at the 20,000 feet view of yourself, of your life. And I want you to just take a few minutes here, get used to that space, because we're so used to being in the nitty gritty and the doing and the action. This is high level visioning. So if you zoom out at the year, the whole year, we're in January, look at all those 12 months. And I want you to start to feel into the vision of 2024 for you. You've likely started to think about this already. What does it feel like? This is the most important thing to do. So if you close your eyes and you take a few breaths, for me, it feels very light and peaceful and clear. And that's something I have been manifesting for a long time, but in 2024, it feels very solid for me. So how do I know this is the right thing? Well, when I connect into my soul, my inner truth, my inner self, that feels like yes, clarity and peace, and that's in alignment with me. And then I connect into my heart. Like if you need to touch your chest to feel your heart, that's fine. Touch it. Does it feel like a yes? Is there anything else coming forward? Does it feel like a no? Sometimes it feels like, painful. That's a no. Maybe there's something else you need to bring forward for 2024. So be mindful. And finally, the mind, our logical part of ourself that wants to keep us safe, right? That's its job. Let it do its job. Does that feel good with my mind? All right. And then finally, again, tap into the feelings of 2024 for you. The universe and energy is feelings. The language is feelings. So that's why it's important to conjure those feelings in yourself, because then the outside world will reflect it back to you. So do that. Spend a few minutes really feeling into that and write it down. What are those feelings? And then make sure you're in alignment. The soul, the heart, the mind, and even if the body is responding or saying anything to you, be aware of that. Maybe you get like a shoulder pain when you say the vision for your life. Or maybe it just feels really good in your body. That is a good sign. You want to aim for that. So write those things down. That's step 2. So the reason why we have to feel the feelings we want is because the brain cannot actually distinguish between what is a thought and what is reality, right? Because that's why when we have memories, say of I fell off my bike when I was 7 years old, and it hits me so hard because I'm re-experiencing it through my brain. It's the same concept. So we're using that to our advantage. We're using that ability of our brain to feel those things and feel it physically, to feel something we want to feel the things that feel good for us, rather than conjuring up all these old memories. So I want you to spend time to really, again, feel those feelings you want to feel. For me, it's peace, it's clarity, it's like an openness is what I want to feel. And again, I know that feeling, so I just continue to conjure it in my body, in my mind, in my heart, and my soul. And that's how I'm going to manifest it into 2024. Okay, everyone, we're going to do a special exercise for step 3. And this is to do a little meditation where we connect with our higher self. And again, this is a very important and crucial step. This is what allows you to co-create with your higher self, with the universe. Instead of fighting things that your ego thinks it wants, we're going to align with our spiritual self, the universe, and use all of the forces that and the resources for our benefit. Duh, why wouldn't we do this? This is why my vision boards come to reality and maybe others don't. All right, so get into a nice comfortable seated position. I recommend sitting upright, not lying down. Have your journal nearby. You want to stay awake. And take a few neck and shoulder rolls. Let's just release what you were doing before. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale deeply into the belly. Exhale slowly. Inhale deeply. And exhale slowly. Inhaling again. And a slow exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keeping the eyes closed, keep this nice breathing pattern in through the nose. Slowly out through the nose. Not holding the breath, just allowing every inhale and exhale to flow with one another like ocean waves. I'm going to guide you through this next part of the meditation. I'm going to invite you to release logic, release judgment, and even disbelief for these next few minutes here. Maybe even release anything you've thought about the year 2024 up until now. I want you to open up your imaginative, intuitive side and connect with the universe. I like to envision my crown, the top of my head, opening up and receiving divine white light. And just know that this is safe. You are safe here. This is benevolent energy. You have nothing to worry about. And now bring your awareness to you in 2024. Be open to what you see. Be open to this version of yourself. This is a new you. Take it all in. What are you wearing? Where are you living? Who's around you? Just mentally recording it here. And then take a moment to sit with this version of yourself. I want you to have a conversation. Imagine that you've gone through the year already with this version of you. You're seeing this new evolved person in front of you. Ask yourself some questions. Who do I get to be to get here? What did I get to focus on to get here? What did I say no to this year? And now, how does it feel to be me in this new time and space? Really feel those feelings. Let them come up. Finally, ask yourself, is there anything else you'd like to share? Being sure to just let it come to you. There's no forcing here. Allowing those answers to freely flow to you. You can pause here to keep going, or if you're feeling complete, I want you to stay in that present space with your future self. Thank yourself. And we'll ask that all of the information is now integrated into you in this present moment, here and now. And just let that do what it's meant to do. Now, thank yourself one more time. Give yourself a hug. See you soon. And taking these next few moments to ground yourself here in this ordinary reality by wiggling the fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles, maybe the neck and shoulders. And trust that all of the information, all of the knowledge and the answers are here with you. So when you're ready, I want you to slowly open up your eyes and journal. So those questions were, what did you get to focus on to get here? What did you say no to? And who do you get to be to get into this 2024 version of yourself? And then discuss the feelings that came forward that you want to create and that you experienced, and anything else your future self shared. Also journal about the entire experience. Maybe there was some bright colors that come forward, write those down. Sounds, write those down. Just anything you feel is valuable for you to remember. All right, see you in the next step. All right, let's talk about values and why this is important in your vision board. So we are putting together goals. That's the essence of the vision board. It's the visual representation of your goals. So values are critical into how you define your goals. What are values? These are things that we consider to be important in life. They are the way we interact with the world. They impact other people and ourselves, but also the decisions we make. It's what you stand for. It's behavior. It's kind of who we want to be as well. And it motivates us to do certain things versus others. So goals can be achieved, but values cannot be achieved. It's how you align and respond to the world and align your behavior to your thoughts and your actions. So it helps you choose the direction for your life. So you can see why this is so important into formulating your goals. You get to identify your personal values, and you may already know what they are at this point. Fantastic. Write them down. Maybe it's a good time to review them and redefine them for yourself, because as we grow and evolve, our values will change. So for me, right now, respect is a huge value. This wasn't the case a year ago. Integrity was number one, but now respect to me is super important. I respect myself in a different way and how I navigate the world, and I expect that in return from others, from my relationships. And if respect isn't there, it doesn't fit for me now. So that's what I'm redefining into 2024. You can pick 3 to 5 and write them down. I want you to also write down the definition for you. These are so personal. The way I define respect is different than the way someone else does. So write down your definition. Write down why it's important and how does it feel? Back to feelings. So what does respect feel like to me? When I go in, respect feels like I'm honored, and it has a special quality, and it feels very elevated and sacred even. So that's how I define respect. So go ahead and take some time to do that. Super important, and we'll use it in the next step. We're at the pièce de résistance. Goal setting. So you've set goals before, no doubt. Smart goals, not smart goals, whatever. This time we're going to do SMART goals, but I define them differently. And here's why. So when we talk about SMART goals, I want you to pick 3 to 5. 3 is probably the best. 5 is a lot to focus on. We get distracted, and as humans, we need to narrow things down. S is short or long term. It's good to pick a combination. Remember, this is 2024, so long term could be the whole year or like 6 months. Short term could be month to month, every quarter. The M is meaningful. Is this goal in alignment to all parts of you, to your higher self, and guided by your personal values? So that's why we wrote those down. So I want to make sure you're living in your values. Otherwise, you're never going to reach your goal because you'll be out of alignment with what you define your life by. Can you see why, if you set a goal like that, how you'll never achieve it? Next is A, the approach. Again, this is about being positive. And by positive, I mean like having positive reinforcement towards what you want to achieve. So, for example, one of your goals could be, I want to be less stressed about work. And that's avoidant. So what is that going to teach you to do? To avoid things, and that's not what we want to reward. Instead, the goal should be formulated as a movement towards a specific state. So if you want to be less stressed at work, what could that mean? It can mean I want to have more fun in my life. I want to be more balanced with my day so that work is a part of it, but also fun and family and friends and pets are a part of my day. So take these moments to be constructive and work towards a state of being versus an avoidant kind of goal. So that's A, approach. And then R, realistic. Is it doable by you? I would advise making it doable. So if that means, for that previous example, being less stressed at work and like aiming towards balance, I would set a goal to pick one activity a week that brings balance to my life. I can do that. One activity a week versus saying one activity a day, which to me feels very challenging. That's not doable for me. You'll know. If you say something out loud that you want to achieve and you're like, and it feels overwhelming, that means it's too much. So peel back, set yourself up for success. That's what this whole thing is about. And then time. We do have to indicate when and how often we're going to do something. So back to the example, I'm going to find balance by doing one activity a week. Every Saturday, I'm going to go for a hike as the first thing I do in the morning, and that's going to bring balance to my week. Okay, so time specific is good. We're humans. We need time to constrain us in a good way. So use it to your advantage and be as accurate as possible. You can pick a day of the week. I highly recommend doing that. You can also pick how many times per week. Also highly recommend doing that. So do both of those things and you will be successful. If you are having any trouble with creating the goals, look back at your values. Look back at the messages that your higher self gave you. There's clues there as to who you are in 2024. Maybe you are living on a boat. That's what you saw in 2024. And you're like, what the heck? What does that even mean, right? Well, dig a little deeper. What do boats mean to you? What does water mean to you? Maybe it's about balance again. Maybe it's about working less and playing more. So that's the version of you saw. I want you to be very mindful and thoughtful and really go a few steps deeper. You have all the tools here that we just did and all these previous exercises. So use them. And if you need to do them again, do them again. No shame in that. That's perfect. And these things that we're doing are all the great steps that will change the energy of what you're creating. And you may or may not believe in energy, but we're all energy and we attract energy. So to make the change and to see what we want to see in the outside, we have to feel it on the inside first. That's a universal law. So start to feel it. If you're not feeling it, do it again until you actually get into the feeling of it. It's super important. Okay, we arrived to the final step, putting it all together. So the vision board is the final step, guys. I'll share. My word in the center was about dreaming. It was to remind myself to continue to dream and go into that visionary mode because I get very lost in the details. And to continue to rid myself of things that I don't want. First step in crafting the life you want is to get rid of everything you don't, is the quote. That really resonated with me. Again, more about dreams. There's a big blossoming energy in my life. As I mentioned, my vision is clearing and peace. So that the quote really resonates because I'm like, clear away all that garbage that doesn't serve. And then love in its various forms is a big theme for me too. So I found these images that spoke to me after going through the exercise, but also resonate with the goals that I have of, overarching peace and clarity and clearing, but also blossoming and growing and romantic love, but also friendship love and having these really solid partnerships in my life. Those are some of my goals for the year. So take some time. I am a big fan of the physical board. Why? You imbue through your hands, through the thoughts and then through your hands and through your body, you are actually taking all of that mind energy and relaying it onto the physical manifestation. There's a release that happens. This is also happening when you journal with pen to paper versus like typing, can only happen with the use of your hands in this way. So it's super powerful. And then because it's visual in this way, our brain responds to images more than it does words. We know this. So I'm going to put this in a place where I see it every day. I'm going to take a picture of it and put it on the background of my phone, and I'm going to allow it to just continually sink in and subliminally message me where I'm meant to go, keep me in alignment, make sure I'm getting rid of the things that, don't serve me anymore. This is how you manifest what's on your vision board, right? It's kind of like a little bit of a dialogue. Again, people do digitally, that's fine. I think analog, cutting, pen to paper, you can even draw and write in it. That has such potent power that you don't get from using a computer or a phone. So try it. I highly recommend it.